Grr, I'm hungry. I want some meat. Hey, you don't need meat. You just need to write some poetry. Poetry? What is poetry? Poetry is a way to express your feelings and to expand your vocabulary. Well, what kind of poems are you writing? Today, we're writing haiku. Now, most of you have already written haiku with me, okay? And you know that haiku is a Japanese poem. It does not rhyme. You can make it rhyme if you want, but it does not have to rhyme. It is a poem that describes something in nature. And yes, dinosaurs do count as nature. Haiku poems have three lines, with a certain number of syllables in each line. Line 1 is 5 syllables. Line 2 is 7 syllables, and line 3 is 5 syllables again. So the pattern goes 5, 7, 5. Now, you might be questioning, what are syllables? It's okay, lots of people need a refresher course on this. This is an allosaurus. Allosaurus. Allosaurus has 4 syllables in it. Or you can clap. Al-o-saur-us. That's how you can figure out the number of syllables in something. So if I have a stegosaurus, how many syllables is that? You can clap with me. Steg-o-saur-us. Easy, right? If you have problems counting your syllables, I guarantee that your parents can probably help you with that. But today we're going to write a haiku, and to do that, you need to know how to do your syllables. I'm going to give you an example. Haikus are always about nature, right? So we have this example haiku here about the ocean. The ocean is the title. Beautiful ocean, roaring waves crash down on me, floating in the foam. Now you can see something very special about this poem. These are not necessarily complete sentences. This middle one actually is. I could put a period on the end of roaring waves crash down on me, and it would be okay to use as a sentence. But floating in the foam is not a complete sentence, is it? It's a sentence fragment. There's no subject. What is floating in the foam? But you know what? For poetry, it's okay to have sentence fragments sometimes. Because you are describing beautiful ocean, you just want to make it sound pretty. You don't have to necessarily have complete sentences. If you want to write haikus today, I can help you out. I have this haiku planning page here. It says, first, think of a topic about nature. Now, I did put dinosaurs out there because I feel like that's a really interesting subject that a lot of 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders like. But you don't have to write about dinosaurs if you don't want to. You could write about trees or grass or a meadow or some other kind of animal. Totally fine to pick whatever topic you want, except that it does have to be something nature related, okay? It says, think about the things that you have seen outside. Close your eyes and picture a moment outside and everything around you. Below, write down what you see and hear. Now, I am not going to do dinosaurs. I'm actually going to do a poem about one of my favorite places, the Grand Canyon. I'm going to write that down. What in nature are you describing? Grand Canyon. Write down what you see and hear. So I'm going to say, and I'm going to use very descriptive words here because that's what the poetry is about. You're using descriptive language to make people who are reading it feel like they're actually there. So I'm going to say, majestic red cliffs, thin ribbon of water flowing, because there is a river at the base of the Grand Canyon. Stunning views. What else can I write about? What do I hear? Okay, what did I see while I was there? Lots of birds. I'm going to say birds chirping. I did not, when I was at the Grand Canyon last summer, I did not go down to the river. I just saw it from the top. But I could say water rushing. All right, I think that's pretty good. Now it says make that shorter, choosing less words. So what I'm going to do is try to narrow this down to 3 lines. And eventually I'm going to make it the right number of syllables too. So I really like that term, majestic red cliffs. So I'm going to go ahead and put that. Don't know how many syllables it is right now. Majestic red cliffs. I like this thin ribbon of water flowing, but I don't like using water twice. So I guess I'll just use this one. We'll see. I'll say thin. Instead of thin, why don't I say narrow? Narrow ribbon of water. And then I like stunning views as well. Stunning views. Okay, so I've got the prep done. Now what I have to do for this rough draft here, I've got to make sure that it's the right number of syllables. So I'm going to look at what I've written here. I've got majestic red cliffs. Majestic red cliffs. Majestic red cliffs. That's 5 syllables. That's actually perfect already. So let me write my title, which is Grand Canyon. I'm going to say majestic red cliffs. It's actually perfect that it worked out with the right number of syllables. Okay, narrow ribbon of water. Wow, that one worked out perfectly too. Okay, I'm not sure if I did that like accidentally on purpose or what. Narrow ribbon of water. And then stunning views. Now there's one, stunning views. See? Stunning views. That one is not the right number of syllables because it has to be 5 syllables, and I've only got 3. So I'm going to go ahead and add to it. I need 2 more syllables. I could say stunning view from the top. Oh, that's too many syllables. I think what I need to do is think about adding in like an adjective, because a view is a noun. It's an abstract noun, but it is a noun. So I need an adjective that has 2 syllables in it. I could say pretty stunning views. That's 5 syllables. But I don't like using the word pretty. I think it's too casual because I've been using some really grand words here, and I want to keep doing that. So instead of pretty, I can say gorgeous. Gorgeous, stunning views. So I'm going to put gorgeous, stunning views. And that, my friends, is my haiku. Grand Canyon, majestic red cliffs, narrow ribbon of water, gorgeous, stunning views. That is a haiku about nature, and I did pick a specific place in nature that I wanted to write about. You can write about anything in nature that you want. You can write about plants, flowers, the ocean, the forest, dinosaurs, reptiles, snakes. Ugh, creepy, but yeah, you could. It's a pretty easy poem. Haiku is one of my favorites because often the simplest haikus are the most poignant, which means it makes you feel more when you read it. Okay guys, thanks so much for watching today. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Just so you know, this haiku is one of 2 poems that I'm going to have you write this week, all right? We have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday this week of school. So this week we're just going to be doing these 2 poems, which means 1 poem a day, and then 1 day to make it up if you need to revise and edit your poem, or if you didn't get something finished. So that's 2 poems in 3 days. That's not a lot to ask. If you are one of the people who is working only online, you can submit your poem to me on MobyMax. If you are one of the people who is working on a paper packet, you can go ahead and submit your poem on paper. Just make sure your parents turn it in when they pick up next week's packet, okay? All right, guys. See you later.